this is 263 of 365. This one's called The Moment in Between Not Being Known and or Changing the World. I don't know what this is going to be all about. I started 5. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. This is number 260, what is that, 263 of 365. It's called The Moment in Between Not Being Known and Changing the World. It's so weird. Hold on. There's a lot to unpack in this one, so it goes a little like this. I wanted to keep this up so I could, or maybe if I could just put it, maybe I'll put it in the comments so that I can see it. I don't know if I even copied that. I didn't. Okay, forget it. Okay. Oh, Jesus, now I'm just turning into crap. So, alright, anyways. There's a lot to unpack here. And that's this. Okay, I've tried explaining these things before, but I'm going to try to explain it anyways, here together with you, and hopefully do this the right way. If the signal's bad, or oh, it is here, then I gotta fix this. I gotta put this over here. Hold on, I got it. Hold on. Yeah, that's better, right? That's definitely not better. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I want to continue broadcasting. What, do you think I'm silly? Jesus, cheek. This is the worst live feed I've ever done. This is by far the worst one I've ever done. Thank you for joining me. I don't know if you're still watching this. Please stay. Please stay. That hurt my stomach. Okay, so there are a lot of things to unpack here. We're coming to a place of what would be considered, hey Martin, a place that would be considered so much to unpack here. Okay. Let's pretend that robots in the next 10, 15 years become big enough, strong enough to be able to take care of humans, take care of a ton of jobs that we don't currently have the ability to take care of, taking care of children, taking care of old people, doing real jobs, real things, becoming firefighters, becoming nurses and surgeons and chefs, and basically taking away all of our needs of needing to do for ourselves, i.e. for food, i.e. for shelter. If this is true, if this is a reality in the next 10 years, yeah, it's cool. If this is true, then what we're heading towards is the idea of the creation of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So in the pyramid, right, you have this concept of, like, first you have to take care of all of your needs. So if those things are met, and you have the ability to then move on to the next thing, which is relationships, and then moving on to having some kind of job which feels creational in some sort of way, which to some point creates to a pace of self-actualization, which is in some way, shape, or form becoming wealthy enough to understand that you're supposed to give back to those who are coming up. And so I see that we're in this place, and so the idea was to always try to express a way of understanding how to find your disc golf. In Martin's case. And there's this cool thing. Turn that on. Whoa! And there's this cool thing where look, I'm going balls. There's this cool thing where the way to express a thing is to not want anything from the thing but to entertain yourself, but to just give to yourself in the most selfish kind of way. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you do it because it feeds the child that you used to play with when you were hypnotized in your own mind within the world of imagination that you had created. And so in that place, there's this connection that's going on, like that the Michelangelo painting, the moment in between, i.e. the title of this thing, which is, I'll read it again. The title of this thing is number 263 of 365. It's the moment in between, right? Okay. Now, oh shit, sorry, please forgive me. Now, the other thing I talk about is not being known, but changing the world. And so, that's the ticket. So I learned a long time ago, and I don't know how many people are here, how many people aren't here, but I learned a long time ago that there's this idea of called the Hall of Memories, and as long as your name is being spoken by those who live within the dimension that we live in, you will always remain within the room of memories, and you don't want to be in the room of memories. It's almost like a prison that doesn't allow you to fully go and be part of the rest. And that kind of goes fully against the idea of this place that we live within, right? Because this place says, oh, you should totally be famous, and you should totally be recognized, and you should totally have money, and you should probably travel anywhere you want, and you should be able to do all these things. But to do so in today's world, it comes at a cost. Like, whether it's like the cost of your family's time, or the cost of your own life, or in some way, right? That you put in something here to get out to go there, whatever. There's a cost. And then there's the actual cost. But the point is that there's this idea there, right? And then the idea is changing the world. The last piece of this whole thing was changing the world. That no matter what you do, we're changing the world. So if you're going to be doing something, change the world in the most positive way that you can. And do something nice for somebody else today. And if you can't do that, you don't like people, then be nice to yourself, because it does start with you. Number 2, don't get caught up in all the crazy stuff in this world. Number 3, please like, share, subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, since you've hopefully reached the end of the video, take a deep breath at me at the count of 3. Okay, here we go. Breathe in the good, push out the bad, and be the best you can be. And with all of that, I will see you all, my friends, on the other side.